I'm Chad. I'm 28 years old. My life started out fantastic. Great mom and dad. So it was kind of wild when I fell into addiction, but I enlisted in the Army when I was 18, and at 19 I shipped to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And as soon as I got there to reception, they said, one of you is going to lose a loved one while you're here. It's just statistics. And I was him. I lost my grandmother. She was my best friend. All I had left of my grandfather at the time. So that hurt. It put a hole in my heart that I started to try to fill with alcohol. I was a reservist, so I had a life outside of the military. Fell into a relationship that was completely toxic. When her and I broke up, I hit the wall and started doing cocaine, psychedelics, ecstasy, anything really I could get my hands on, and sent me downhill into a real bad spiral. Fast forward about a week and a half before I came to the ministry, I ended up at a restaurant called Beaches, which is ironically nowhere near the beach, and it's in St. Augustine, Florida. I wanted to go to the beach, but I was so blackout drunk I didn't know where I was going. I walked inside to try to figure out where I was, how I had gotten there. The owner called the cops, and 7 of them rolled in. And they sat me down on the curb and tried to figure out how I got there. Same thing that I was trying to figure out. And they were going through my car, and they found 2 bags of cocaine in my car. I knew at that moment I was pretty in for it. They sat me in the back of the cop car. I was cuffed. I was ready to go to jail. I knew I was going. And this thought came over, and I bowed my head. And for the first time in my life, I said, God, I cannot get in trouble for this. Please, if you're up there, if you can hear me, I need help right now. They came back to the car about 15 minutes after that, and they said, the good news is, Chad, we're not going to charge you with anything. Bad news is we do have to put you into protective custody. I get to jail. It's actually a miracle that I was even alive. I blew a .38. I called my mom as soon as I got to my car, and I said, Mom, I'm ready. I didn't know, but she had been in touch with Travis Vizzini, the intake director for Loving Hands, for about a week before this. So me coming to Loving Hands was already in the works. God just orchestrated it. He put it all together. Now that I'm in Loving Hands, God has completely turned my life around. My family members, my mom, my dad, my sister, wanted nothing to do with me for the last 2 years, and my mom gets to go to bed knowing that I'm okay. She got baptized with us in October, and I can't explain what that means to me. The fact that she sees a change like that made her want to change and made her want to make the decision and take these steps. It just proves to me that God, He's up there and He's always working for me. I've never been so happy with where I'm at. And just recently, I had just gotten out of the shower and I was getting ready for class, and I hadn't really been hearing from God. And I said, God, I need to hear from you. I need something. I don't know what to do. I don't know what that looks like, but I really need to hear you. I went to class that night, and exactly what was going through my head is what the class was on. It just to the point, everything that was in my head, that class was about. And then the next day, me being military, we had a class about somebody who was a Navy SEAL, and just so on and so forth. God moves in so many different ways, and He's moving in my life right now more than I could have expected. Don't give up, continue to pray. We serve a God who answers prayers and a God who's always looking out for us. Even though we don't think it sometimes, He is moving in our lives. He is a prayer answering God, He's a healing God, and He is a mighty God.